You exist in a world you can see, touch, and measure. Every atom in your body, every star in the sky, every galaxy blazing across the cosmos, they all scream of visible matter. But what if I told you that this familiar reality is just a thin, shimmering veil? What if right now, as you breathe, as your heart beats, you are utterly drenched in an invisible alien universe, a cosmic ghost that makes up 85% of everything that is? We call it dark matter, the universe's unseen architect, pulling galaxies together, shaping the very structure of reality, yet utterly untouchable, unknowable. We thought it was inert, a silent, gravitational puppet master. But here's the secret, the one that will shatter your perception of existence. What if this cosmic shadow isn't just dead weight, but alive with its own hidden forces, its own chemistry, its own impossible forms of existence? For billions of years, we have gazed at the cosmos, mapping its fiery galaxies, its swirling nebulae, its colossal clusters. We thought we understood the fundamental ingredients, but the universe holds a terrifying secret. 85% of its mass, the very gravitational scaffolding that builds galaxies and binds them into a cosmic web, remains utterly invisible to us. It's the ultimate cosmic ghost, a silent, pervasive presence that drapes itself around everything, yet touches nothing we can perceive. Imagine a vast roaring ocean. You see the waves, the foam, the sunlight dancing on the surface. But what if 85% of that ocean was made of water you couldn't see, couldn't feel, couldn't interact with in any way? Yet its immense unseen currents steered every visible wave, dictated every tide, and crushed everything with its invisible weight. That's dark matter. We know it's there because its crushing gravitational pull warps light, drags galaxies into frantic dances, and sculpts the largest structures in the universe. Without it, galaxies would simply fly apart, stars wouldn't coalesce, and our universe would be a desolate, formless void. It is the universe's hidden backbone, its silent architect, wielding gravitational power on a scale that dwarfs all the stars and planets combined. But here's the mind-bending part. This omnipresent force remains stubbornly, maddeningly invisible. It doesn't absorb light. It doesn't emit light. It doesn't reflect light. The particles of dark matter, if they are particles, simply punch through everything, including you right now. Trillions of them streaming through your body every second, without ever leaving a trace. Our most sensitive detectors, buried deep underground, strain to catch a single whisper of its presence, and almost always, they hear only silence. For decades, the reigning dogma held that dark matter was inert, a cosmic deadweight. It interacts only through gravity, a solitary, aloof giant. It was the boring component of the universe, essential for structure, but incapable of anything more complex than a gravitational tug. But what if that dogma is a lie? What if our understanding is fatally flawed? What if dark matter isn't just a silent, inert presence, but a vibrant, churning realm with its own hidden physics, its own fundamental forces? Scientists are now daring to ask the forbidden question: what if dark matter particles don't just gravitationally slouch around? What if they can talk to each other? What if they can collide, attract, repel, and bind together through unknown dark forces that operate completely outside the four familiar forces of our visible universe? It's a radical, desperate hypothesis, born from the frustration of our blind search. But if true, it ignites an impossible vision, an entire parallel universe of physics, chemistry, and perhaps even biology unfolding right alongside ours, utterly unseen, utterly unknown. If dark matter can interact with itself, then what terrifying, beautiful structures might it forge from the shadows? What alien alchemy might it unleash? If dark matter can interact with itself, the implications detonate like a cosmic bomb. For too long, we've assumed dark matter particles are like tiny, unfeeling billiard balls, bouncing off each other, if at all, through only the weakest possible interactions. But the universe has a habit of shattering our assumptions. What if these dark particles possess their own fundamental forces? Forces that allow them to bind, to form structures, to forge something truly alien. Imagine a universe where dark electrons orbit dark nuclei, held together by a dark electromagnetic force. We're not talking about some flimsy theoretical construct. We're talking about the blueprints for an entirely new kind of atom, a dark atom. If our familiar atoms combine to form molecules, then surely these dark atoms could too. They could forge dark molecules, complex structures operating under principles we can barely conceive. Think of it this way: our universe is built on the dance of quarks and leptons, bound by the strong and weak nuclear forces, shaped by electromagnetism, and governed by gravity. This is our reality, our cosmic rulebook. But what if dark matter has its own rulebook, its own set of forces, its own periodic table of elements, entirely separate from ours? This isn't just a slight variation. It's a complete parallel dimension of chemistry, existing right now, woven into the very fabric of space, yet utterly beyond our grasp. Consider a soap bubble. Its iridescent surface is a world of complex physics, governed by surface tension, fluid dynamics, and light refraction. Now imagine a second Chin soap bubble, perfectly nested inside the first. Its walls made of a material so transparent, so non-interacting, that you couldn't tell it was there, yet it had its own internal pressures, its own flow, its own intricate patterns. Our visible universe is the outer bubble, the dark universe, the inner. The forces within our bubble allow hydrogen to fuse into helium, creating stars. They allow carbon to bond into DNA, creating life. What kind of bonds? What kind of reactions? What kind of alien structures could be forged by dark chemistry? This isn't just theoretical musing. The potential for dark forces is a blazing frontier in physics. Experiments are now hunting for dark photons, hypothetical particles that would mediate a dark electromagnetic force, allowing dark matter to interact with itself. If detected, a dark photon would be the smoking gun, the undeniable proof that dark matter is not just a gravitational lump, but a complex interacting realm. It would tear down the wall between our universe and its shadow counterpart. If dark matter particles can form stable, interacting structures, from simple dark atoms to complex dark molecules, then the universe around us isn't just empty space between galaxies. It's teeming with an invisible, intricate architecture. Entire structures, perhaps even dark planets or dark stars, could be coalescing and dissolving in the unseen realm, powered by forces and chemistries we cannot fathom. This radical thought forces us to confront a profound possibility. The universe, as we perceive it, might be terrifyingly incomplete, a mere sliver of a much grander, much stranger cosmic tapestry. If this journey into the invisible has ignited your cosmic curiosity, hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what happens when we push this idea even further into the realm of the truly unimaginable. If dark chemistry is not just a theoretical whisper, but a roaring reality, then the universe becomes a stage for an even more mind-bending drama. From the intricate dance of dark atoms and the formation of dark molecules, a question naturally erupts, one that rips at the very fabric of our understanding of life. Could these complex dark structures, operating under their own alien laws, reach a level of organization that transcends mere chemistry? Could they, astonishingly, lead to the emergence of dark life? Our visible life, carbon-based and water-dependent, hinges on the precise interactions of electromagnetism and the strong force. DNA twists, proteins fold, cells replicate, all powered by the specific rules of our chemistry. But what if dark matter, with its own suite of forces, its own dark periodic table, allows for an entirely different kind of complexity? Imagine dark amino acids forming dark proteins, folding into dark enzymes that catalyze reactions in a realm utterly alien to our senses. The very concept challenges our anthropocentric bias, our assumption that life must look and behave like our life. Think of it like this. You understand how a computer works. It processes information using electrons flowing through silicon chips. But what if there's an entirely different kind of computer, built from unknown materials, powered by principles you can't even conceive, processing information in ways that make your silicon marvel look like an abacus? Dark life would be that alien computer, operating on a substrate that's literally all around us, yet utterly beyond our perception. What would dark life eat? How well would it reproduce? These questions force us to abandon every biological assumption. If dark matter interacts through its own forces, then perhaps it could draw energy from the dark cosmic web itself, from subtle fluctuations in dark energy fields, or from the annihilation of exotic dark matter particles. Its metabolism would be an invisible ballet of forces, a silent consumption of unknown cosmic ingredients. Reproduction might involve self-replicating dark molecular structures, perhaps even dark DNA encoding information through the interactions of dark particles. Consider the sheer crushing abundance of dark matter. It's not a rare exotic substance, it's the dominant component of the cosmos. If life is a natural emergent property of complex interacting systems, then the universe might be absolutely teeming with dark biospheres. Entire ecosystems of dark life could be flourishing within the halos of galaxies, perhaps even within our own solar system. Right here on Earth, flowing through the very ground beneath your feet, utterly oblivious to our visible existence. We could be surrounded by a parallel thriving biology, a shadow biosphere that has co-evolved with us for billions of years, yet remains entirely beyond our wildest dreams of detection. This isn't just about finding another alien civilization, it's about fundamentally redefining life itself. If dark life exists, it means that the universe's capacity for complexity and self-organization is far vaster, far more diverse, and far more terrifyingly pervasive than we ever dared to imagine. It means our definition of life, honed by observations of a single visible planet, is woefully, tragically narrow. The cosmos isn't just a stage for our kind of existence, it's an infinite canvas for every conceivable form of being. If this journey into the invisible has ignited your cosmic curiosity, hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what happens when we push this idea even further into the realm of the truly unimaginable. If dark life is flourishing all around us, a silent, pervasive, parallel biosphere, then the most terrifying question screams from the void. How could we ever detect it? How do you find a ghost that leaves no footprints, casts no shadows, and speaks in a language of forces entirely alien to our own? This is the ultimate cosmic detective story, and our clues are frustratingly subtle, mere echoes from the void. Our primary tool has always been light, telescopes that capture photons, microscopes that resolve structures. But dark matter, by definition, doesn't interact with light. So we must discard our most trusted senses and search for indirect whispers, for subtle gravitational ripples, for the ghost-like signatures of forces we barely understand. One tantalizing avenue involves dark matter annihilation. Some theories propose that when two dark matter particles collide, they might annihilate, releasing energy in the form of particles we can detect, perhaps faint gamma rays or neutrinos. If dark life evolved, perhaps it found ways to harness these annihilations for energy, leaving a unique, albeit incredibly faint, spectral signature. Imagine an alien city, not powered by fusion or combustion, but by the silent, steady annihilation of its own fundamental building blocks, emitting a cosmic hum detectable only by the most sensitive space telescopes. We already search for these annihilation signals from dense dark matter regions like the galactic center. What if some of those signals aren't random, but the distant, desperate cries of a dark civilization? Another possibility lies in dark matter weather. If dark matter forms structures, even vast, diffuse clouds, then as our solar system hurtles through the galaxy, we might encounter regions of higher or lower dark matter density. This dark wind could create subtle periodic gravitational perturbations, tiny wobbles in Earth's orbit, or even minuscule shifts in the timing of pulsars. These aren't the dramatic tugs of a dark planet, but the faint, statistical whispers of a massive, invisible ocean flowing past us. Our most precise gravitational detectors, like the LISA mission concept, designed to detect ripples in space-time from colliding black holes, might inadvertently stumble upon the subtle, rhythmic breathing of a dark matter superorganism. The most provocative ideas involve portal particles. These hypothetical particles act as a bridge, a tiny fragile connection between our visible universe and the dark sector. They might allow for incredibly weak, almost undetectable interactions between our matter and dark matter. If dark life were highly advanced, Could it manipulate these portal particles, sending faint, encoded messages through the cosmic veil? Imagine a signal that isn't radio waves, but a carefully orchestrated sequence of incredibly rare dark matter interactions, a cosmic Morse code tapping on the very fabric of space-time, waiting for us to learn how to listen. We are already building detectors, like the Large Hadron Collider, that search for new particles. What if one of these elusive particles is not just a new fundamental force, but the key to unlocking an entire hidden reality? There's also the tantalizing prospect of dark energy interaction. While dark energy is the force that tears our universe apart, its true nature remains a profound mystery. What if dark matter, or even dark life, has some subtle, unknown interaction with dark energy? A dark biosphere might consume or manipulate dark energy in ways that leave a tiny, measurable imprint on the universe's expansion rate, or create localized fluctuations in its density. This would require astronomical precision in our cosmological measurements, but the reward would be nothing less than glimpsing the cosmic metabolism of an alien life form. The search for dark life isn't just a hunt for exotic particles, it's a desperate plea for a new paradigm. It forces us to build instruments of unimaginable sensitivity, to push the boundaries of physics, and to rethink our very definition of what is real. We are deaf, dumb, and blind to 85% of our universe. But perhaps, just perhaps, if we listen closely enough, if we build our instruments with enough ingenuity, we might catch the faintest echo from the void, a whisper from the shadow biosphere that has always been here, silently thriving, waiting for us to open our eyes. If this journey into the invisible has ignited your cosmic curiosity, hit the like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what happens when we push this idea even further into the realm of the truly unimaginable. We began by questioning the very emptiness around us, daring to imagine that the vast invisible ocean of dark matter might not be inert, but alive. We plunged into the realm of dark forces, where dark atoms could forge dark chemistry, building alien structures from the shadows. Then we confronted the most audacious possibility, that this hidden alchemy could ignite dark life, a parallel biosphere coexisting with our own, thriving in the cosmic shadows. This journey forces us to confront a profound, awe-inspiring truth. Our universe, as we perceive it, is a mere sliver of reality. We are like fish in a pond, convinced that the water is all there is, while an entire bustling ecosystem of air creatures flies just above the surface, utterly beyond our comprehension. The cosmos, far from being a cold, lonely void, might be teeming with existence we cannot see, cannot touch, cannot even begin to comprehend. This realization evokes a powerful mix of awe and existential dread. Awe, because it expands the very definition of what is possible, shattering our anthropocentric notions of life and consciousness. Dread, because it highlights our profound ignorance, our fundamental blindness to the dominant component of reality. We are surrounded by a vast alien world, and we are utterly helpless to perceive it. It's a chilling thought. What if the universe isn't just bigger than we imagine, but fundamentally stranger than we can ever conceive? What if the most complex, most intelligent forms of life in the cosmos are the ones we will never detect, silently observing our fleeting visible existence from their shadow realm? The mystery of dark life, though unproven, rips open our perception of the cosmos. It challenges us to look beyond the visible, to embrace the unknown, and to consider that the universe's greatest secrets might be hidden in plain sight, woven into the very fabric of reality, yet forever out of reach. Perhaps the greatest discovery awaits us not in the furthest reaches of space, but in the invisible depths of the space that surrounds us right now. Tell me what you liked or disliked about this video. What do you think could be changed to make it better? I read every comment and will respond to every suggestion.